I actually put my mouse over the cursor, see how much time is left in the episode, and I realize that they're literally going to leave us. Either they're going to thoroughly leave us hanging, or they're going to rush this thing so fast it's not going to be good. Either way, at this point in the show, I am now disappointed already, and then further disappointed by Michael's condemnation of Starfleet and the plan, and how quickly they just decide to change their plans based on the traitor, the person that got him into the war in the first place. Just seemed like Michael might be the most powerful person in the universe.
I'm pretty sure she is.
Mixties presents the popcast.
Hey, my name is Brian, that is Shane, and this is the popcast, and today we're talking about Star Trek Discovery, the finale. We watched it last night. We have a couple small things to talk about. To be honest, I was underwhelmed. Shane, how about you?
Yeah, I just didn't like it. I thought it was an awful finale. They wrapped everything up quickly and then kind of figured they could kind of create what I would consider a dog crap episode by putting a little gift at the end of it, which is the 1701 Enterprise with Captain Pike at the helm. They knew that would tickle the fans, and they kind of used it to balance the fact that it was just a pretty underwhelming and weak ending. They should have ended it 2 weeks ago when they came back from the Mirror Universe. Shouldn't have called out two more episodes. They should have came back from the Mirror Universe, and we should have gone into fighting the Klingon War. We didn't even fight the Klingon War for like 1 week, 2 weeks. It was just ridiculous the way it.
Yeah, not long.
They gave up. I know we'll go into it as we go through it, but weak.
Yeah, it was rough, dude. Yeah, I was not a fan. This was not a problem with canon or anything like that. This is not gonna be your typical complaint where we're like, well, they wasted that character, or they didn't. No, this is, as a review for television, this was rushed, sloppy finale. It's almost like you have that visual of like someone lighting dynamite, and it's like, it's getting to the big stick of dynamite, and you're like expecting this wonderful, explosive conclusion to the story that you've been following now for weeks. And when it actually gets to that big stick of dynamite, it just goes.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I mean, no one died in this episode. I had many episodes where people died, and there was. I mean, what's with the whole Sarek saying goodbye? It's like they changed the show before they filmed it or something. Sarek saying, I feel like it's the last time I'm going to see my father. And then literally nothing of consequence happened to Michael at all. I mean, nothing of consequence happened.
Nothing whatsoever happened.
Yeah.
This was it was like a filler episode for the finale.
It was weird. It was just weird. I mean, the whole storyline was good. Like, okay, they decided Starfleet is going to, blow up the planet, I guess, or destroy the planet with the volcanic, whatever that whole
core
thing was.
Yeah.
So they're going to do that. All right. So, and it's against Starfleet's principles. I mean, it gagged me a little bit on the whole. We'd rather be disseminated as a race than I don't know about that. Michael speaking for all of humankind.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hold it till we get there, because you're right. That was ridiculous. First of all, honestly, I don't care what your morals are. If it's them or us, it's always going to be them. Always. I mean, unless you're a masochist that has no problem dying, or Gandhi or something. I don't know. But like, they're going to destroy us, or we're going to destroy them. Well, no, let's let them destroy us, because because I'd rather go out dead with principles than live alive without principles. Like, that's ridiculous.
A little bit. I mean, I know this idealistic thing that the Federation is.
I mean, but it's also coming from Michael. It just seems like, what have you just decided to change your entire? You started this war based on, I don't know. Okay, let's get into it. I don't want to.
Let's go.
Let's quickly pay some bills. 1,600 subs, guys. We're almost there. Get in there. Comment below. Share, like. Make sure you're a subscriber, and you'll be part of that giveaway. Last time we gave away 3 tickets to Star Wars The Last Jedi with dinner at a nice steakhouse, popcorn, candy. The whole night was on us for 3 people. It was fantastic. This time, it's going to be even better. Can't tell you what it is, but get down there and comment, subscribe, be a part of that giveaway. And this episode is proudly brought to you by Klingon in the Streets. I'm sorry, Vulcan in the Streets, Klingon in the Sheets. Use coupon code Shane or Brian for 30% off. And I'm not gonna beg anymore for using my coupon code. I don't care. Okay, I don't care. Do whatever you want. Okay, yeah, I know Shane's more handsome and nicer and has a nicer voice, but whatever. Okay, let's talk about Star Trek Discovery. First off, before we get into the recap, we're just a quick commercial. We'll be back tomorrow to do a season 2 theory, and we're going to talk about the timeline and stuff. So come for that. And as far as news is concerned, we know that we're getting a season 2, 100%. But we don't know any other news. There's no other gossip. So when that does happen, though, we'll be here to tell it to you. Right, Shane?
I know a little bit of gossip, but
oh yeah, what you got? What you got, bro?
Well, I mean, if we talk about it now, we're kind of talking about this show and how it ends. So maybe we should.
Okay, all right, we'll wait till the end. Yeah. All right, well, let's get right into it. We open up basically with it looks like a Klingon armada. I think it's Klingon armada. So this actually threw me off a little bit because at first I thought, okay, these are Klingons, and they're like. It says like target acquired, and they're getting closer to Earth. But then when I looked at the ships, I'm like, okay, one's clearly a bird of prey, but what are all the other ships? They don't even look like Klingon ships.
Yeah, there's always been this weird hodgepodgery since the show started with Klingon ships, but these are definitely Klingon ships because at the end, these are the same ships that are peeling away from Earth.
That's true, but they look like Orion ships and. All right. Okay. Yeah, it's weird that we have like such hodgepodgery with this. I guess maybe it's supposed to like, oh, this is the different houses and this is like their aesthetic or something.
Houses have different ships, yeah.
Okay. All right, and then we get to see Giorgio, the Empress herself, acting as captain. And I do like the fact that they by the way, this episode wasn't bad if it wasn't a finale. Like the second you put a finale tag on it, it becomes much worse.
Well, but it was bad in a way that it tied up a bunch of loose ends that really quickly that shouldn't have been tied up.
Yeah, that we've been waiting for 8 or 9 episodes. Anyways, I like the fact that she is she's not Captain Giorgio. She's still the Empress, and it's clear that she's acting as Captain Giorgio with their little comments and their attitude toward the crew. And I like that. I was worried that they might she might tone herself down or whatever to be more of the captain, but no, she's definitely the Empress, 100%. Really, it's really nice to see that. Burnham and Saru are having a little conversation about the morals of Starfleet and how, they don't feel comfortable with this with Empress Giorgio, whatever, right? And the Empress asks her to go in the hall with her. Hey, can we have a little conversation? And they have this conversation. I don't know. It seems like Burnham conceded really quickly. I don't know. I'm like, is Burnham afraid of Giorgio in this scene? Is that the takeaway?
Yeah, I mean that's what I took away from it. Although I'm not sure why. She's already bested her. Maybe because Starfleet's backing her, it's making her nervous, and so she's listening because she's been ordered to listen. I don't know.
All right, well, Giorgio does say, don't touch me ever again. And she wants to go see the Klingon. And I actually like this scene because Ugly Face gets wrecked by the Empress. I mean, like, she really wrecks her.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I got pleasure out of this. It felt good.
They didn't pull a punch. It was as if they were saying, we're sorry we gave you these Klingons. Now let me crack their skull for you for a second.
We're gonna show you what we think about our crappy version of Klingons too. Yeah, the audience all wanted to say, not all, and not everybody, but a lot of people really don't like the Klingons. So I like the fact that the writers decided to physically beat one up in front of us.
Well, yeah, and what's funny is we got some pleasure out of it, but the whole point was to solidify what this entire episode was about, which is the moral barometer of Starfleet. That's what this entire episode was about. Starfleet morality, and of course, Michael, the entire time she's getting beat up, can barely watch and is upset about it because that's not how they get information from prisoners, which is correct. But at the same time, I don't know why it bothered me so much to see her bothered by it.
It did. It bothered me too. It bothered me that Michael was so bothered by the fact that she was beating up the Klingon, or even the plan in general. Like, this is like the extinction of the human race. Like, this is all bets off. You don't. If you had the right to operate in the gray area, this is the moment you have that right. Okay. It's not like your kid's recital and you're cheating. No, this is like death. This is life or death. It's you or them. I don't understand. I mean,
peace first. You've tried to barter for peace. It didn't work. They won't let you survive. I mean, it would be like, in a way, I mean, down the line, but right now, the way they look at it, it would be like the creature from Alien and trying to negotiate with it. Hey, listen, we can be friends. I mean, later on, obviously, the Klingons end up working with us and they become part of the Federation, and all that's great. But right now, they are hell-bent, single-mindedly, to destroy every human being in the quadrant. So I just don't understand why you would say, we're going to put everything in L'Rell's hands and basically give L'Rell the power to decide the fate of the human race, which is what Michael did.
Yeah. Give all the power to this to the Klingon that we captured and repeatedly beat up,
tortured,
and tortured and forced her to kill her lover and all that. Notice the costume design. I'm pretty sure that those are U-bolts for like hanging cable, and they just popped them onto the garment. I've actually used those in my old jobs a million years ago when I was networking buildings. Like that's what those are used for. Those are clearly like they go in and got like a 20-pack of those from Home Depot and just made a costume.
Nice.
All right. All right. They get nothing from L'Rell, so they Marco said, "There's another way. We're gonna go talk to Ash because he got all the memories of Vogue. How convenient that this is, huh?"
I mean, but the way the story's gone, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll buy it. I love the Empress's comments about Ash, just sort of confirming what we all understand. He's a neutered Klingon, so he's useless to Klingons, and he's been ostracized by the Federation. He's just useless in general. The way she said she was referring to him as it was really funny.
Oh, the id?
Yeah. And he's like, it is useless. It is a neutered Klingon. And Michael's like, he has information we can use. Yeah, he did. He basically said, like, this is where that weird Orion or whatever it is outpost is, that the Klingons, like for Klingons being super xenophobic, you'd think they wouldn't allow an Orion embassy or city on their planet. That's very odd to me.
Yeah, that struck me as a little odd too.
And there were humans there, dude. What?
Yeah, there were humans. There was a bunch of different races. When I saw that, I was like, "What? This Klingon only? Klingons for?" You've never seen anybody but Klingons interacting with Klingons, so it was a little odd to see.
Yeah, I almost wish they would have done that like on a space station somewhere or another planet, like. Not the Klingon homeworld, because that is off-putting. And like, oh, we need to get black market surveys from hundreds of years ago, because we can't go there. We can't interact with the planet or whatever. But there are literally humans like bartering with Klingons and other races in that city.
Yeah, that was weird, and honestly didn't feel natural or right at all.
And it's weird. I actually like that scene that we're coming up on, where they're all down there. You know, it was very,
I do too.
Very Star Wars-esque.
Well, there was a very special moment in that scene that, if you're a fan of the original series, you'll notice it as well.
All right. Well, he decides that he's helping them, so he's like, "This is where the bazaar is. Here's the, volcano, whatever." He knows where stuff's at. So she decides that he needs to come with them because he'll be helpful. In that she saw in the crew manifest that Tilly was aboard, and she wants Tilly to join him. Of course.
Any way to get Tilly down there.
Any way to get Tilly into an episode, guys. I swear, I think that actress, which my tablet just went off, Mary Wiseman. I'm almost positive Mary Wiseman. She has some dirt on Gretchen Berg and Sean Cochran, the writers, because they just always keep writing her into these shows, no matter what. You guys like that? You guys like the fact that I'm using names? Look at this. Look at this. How professional am I, right?
Getting the research.
Somehow Tilly always gets into the episode. So Mary Wiseman has some dirt on the guys, on the showrunners, I guess. All right. I like this too. I like this scene where she's just looking like. By the way, Giorgio's awesome. Like this character in general, the actress is great. Like, I almost wish the entire show was about her. You know.
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna see more of her.
Yeah, we will. But they're all in their crazy, like, black on black Star Wars type outfits. Even Tilly looking scrumptious.
Really?
Next to Burnham, and they're obviously worried. And, that moment when Tilly finds out that Giorgio is not Captain Giorgio, and she's actually Empress Giorgio, was fantastic. I don't have a picture of it, but it was great. She walks in and she goes, "Oh, it's great to meet you," and blah, blah, blah. And she says something ridiculously rude and like something about killing people and whatever. And I was like, "Oh, she's the Empress." And she's like, "Oh," got it pretty. And she does the salute. Burnham's like, "Don't do that."
No, that was actually really funny, and probably one of the few kind of enjoyable scenes.
Yeah.
And also when she punches her right in the face here, coming up pretty soon, that was really enjoyable.
Oh, yeah. And when they're on the planet, okay, so the ship does successfully spore drive or spore jump or spore hop or whatever the terminology is into one of those caverns. Stamets makes a comment like, "Wow, first another reality and now a cave. I'm good."
Yeah.
And then they go to the planet. They meet someone down there. This green lady right here. She's clearly what is it? An Orion slaver? Is that right?
An Orion sounds right.
Orion. I don't know if it's Orion or Saurian or I don't know. Let's just say we're Orion, right?
Okay.
But she goes, "We don't want your type here, Federation." First of all, if she knows they're Federation and they're at the war with the Federation, I don't know what's going on there. But she just says Tilly, and Tilly pops that gun up to her head. Super badass. Is like, "Unless you want to be breathing out the back of your neck, you better give us the information." It was just so cool. Like the way she pulls that off, without a moment's hesitation. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Not realistic, but cool.
I guess that's her character.
She's good at acting? She couldn't, is that just acting for her?
Is it? Or was she, or were we supposed to think of her as a badass here?
Right, and that's the question, because I have never thought as Tilly as a badass. Not once.
Right.
But that was certainly a badass move. So either she's really good at acting, which we've seen that she acted as Captain Tilly in the Mirror Universe without problems, or the writers want her, or she really has a lot of dirt on the writers and they're just writing this character up.
Right.
So the green chick I'm assuming is an Orion slaver. That's amazing. That's another thing too. Remember the show Enterprise? They were actually like buying and selling people at an Orion market, right?
Yeah, I remember that. It was a green guy.
Yeah,
All
right.
mushy.
The end of the episode was fascinating because for years, Star Trek people we've always thought that Orions were slave traders and their women were slave girls, and they were called Orion slave girls, right? And at the end of that episode, I remember this really clearly. It was revealed that it wasn't the men in charge on Orion; it was the women, and the whole slave girl routine was a facade, and they were the ones in charge.
Well, all that IMDb has her listed as is just as a weapons trader, so they actually don't go into the specifics.
Huh.
So
yeah, hopefully I'm using the right thing. Orion slave traders is the right terminology. Anyways, yeah. So I'm actually a little confused right now as to what they trade with her and why. Like, were they trading information?
They were trading weapons. They were trying to get information in exchange for giving her weapons.
Okay, but she didn't give them the information that they were seeking, did she?
They didn't get it, no.
So she just took the weapons and walked away.
And you're right about the Orion slave trader thing. They are green. It is when, you've seen it in a lot of episodes of Enterprise specifically. So. Yeah,
but Enterprise was when they introduced the fact that the Orion's race was top heavy with the females on top.
Right.
And before Enterprise, like when TNG in the original series, we were always made to believe that they were the slave girls. And
yeah, because it's the way they had set it up.
Right. I like that little twist though. Like they're hiding in plain sight. You know what I mean?
Right, and everybody should know that basically this is the reason why you always said that Kirk slept with, green women. It's because of the Orion slave.
Yeah, because they're all super hot green chicks. All right. I mean, hey, Kirk got good taste. Okay. Yeah.
Funny.
Green is a good color. All right. I like this. She's eating something that she thinks tastes good, and Ash is like, "That's space whale."
Which I'm still not sure why she spit it out, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you don't got a whole lot of chances to eat like a 1,000,000-year-old sentient being that travels in space without the use of a spaceship. Might as well knock it out.
Coming to Earth to destroy it, and yeah.
So that was that space whale, right? That was the Easter egg.
I guess, yeah. I mean, that's as close as you can get to, Star Trek for the voyage home.
There was another space whale episode, I believe, was it TNG? Oh, was it Voyager? It was Voyager, right?
I thought it was Voyager.
Yeah, so space whales, that's a thing. Okay.
It's a thing. It's real. Yeah. Sentient being.
Yeah. All right. The Empress decides to get some entertainment. And
then I think it's weird.
I think she goes into a strip club, right? That's what that is? Like a space strip club?
Yeah, pretty much.
And those are humans, right? Is that those humans?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it's a race or another race I've never seen.
Yeah.
I mean, they certainly have all the.
They're humanoids.
They have human parts. That's for certain.
Yeah, and the Empress enjoys them. It's very weird.
Enjoys both of your human parts. Interesting. Which I would assume that's the case. That's how she rolls. Okay, she's a badass. So she's in there getting information. She sends Burnham and Ash out there to. She splits up the team to get other information, I guess. And that's when Ash starts showing his usefulness. He has all of Vox memories. He speaks Klingon. He acts like Klingon. He plays the game. This guy is not useless. He is like a hybrid Klingon human. He is the best of both worlds here, guys.
Good point.
Sort of a bummer we're not going to see him on the show again. He's gone.
You think so? You think he's gone?
Nah, the Klingon arc was such a failure for them. And remember, he goes with L'Rell. I doubt we'll see him again. They're gonna want to cut bait on this whole Klingon thing because that's the one part of this show that did not get any attention. Was not received well.
You could tell because they ended the war quickly.
Yeah, one episode. He goes to play gambling, and Burnham has like a weird reaction to it because the whole like Klingons murdered my parents thing. I guess she's finally dealing with that or something. I don't know. It was
we
so
finally
weird.
we finally got the whole story. So it was,
Yeah, apparently they like killed her dad, raped her mom, then ate her dinner or something.
yeah.
And she seemed really mad about the fact that they ate her dinner. I noticed
Well,
that.
it was her fault. It was her fault.
Oh yeah, because she wanted to stay to like.
She talked her parents into staying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so okay. Oh, this guy. Okay, I tried to look up this actor's name.
But you couldn't find him, and you want to know why?
Why?
Because IMDb left him off.
Okay, I've seen his name. I've seen his face a million times.
Yes, you have.
What is it, Shane?
He is okay. Can't just give it to you that easily. So, in the original series, he was a child actor. He played in an episode where he basically had control of a bunch of stuff, and he was fooling the Enterprise crew into thinking he was a big, powerful being. Ended up being a kid. So this is Clint Howard.
Clint Howard.
Ron
Yes.
Howard's brother. Right, Ron Howard's brother. He was in Star Trek as a kid. He actually came back and I think he did an episode a little later. And so I think this is a really cool Easter egg to have him here as this, I guess he's the nightclub owner or something.
Well, Clint Howard gets Tilly crazy high.
Yeah.
And
He managed to slide that one in here too, getting somebody high.
And then that's when Tilly opens up the case and discovers that, oh no, it's not a drone. It's a bomb. Bum, bum, bum.
Well, I just think it's really cool how they undercover did this Clint Howard thing. I mean, unless you know Clint Howard, you know his role in Star Trek lore, you're not going to get this. I mean, you got to be a pretty deep nerd to know what just happened right here.
Well, I recognized his face almost immediately. I just couldn't find his information.
Oh, he's been in tons of movies. He's been in almost every one of his brother's movies throughout the years.
Yeah, it's very, very, very famous. Okay.
But from Star Trek had nothing to do with Ron Howard.
Right.
Star Trek was Clint's own stuff.
All right. Yeah, so that's a nice little homage. Okay. She discovers that it's a bomb. Geothermic bomb or whatever. And she tries to tell she's going to tell Burnham. We go to this.
They look green.
Yeah, they do. Maybe they're green. Maybe I'm tripping.
They're the Orion people?
Yeah. So she's sexing it up with one of the Orion slave girls and one of the dancers or something. Anyways, she tries to get information. I guess she sexes him up and then pulls a gun on him. Long live the Empress.
Better than reverse, yeah.
Yeah. I love this. This chick, man. She's awesome. We're definitely going to see more of her. No way they let this actress go out again. And they made it real clear.
They did.
Well, she knocks Tilly out because Tilly tells Burnham. And that's when Burnham goes back to the ship and they run a simulation of what would happen. And apparently the majority of Kronos just blows up. Uninhabitable style. Also, later on, it's revealed, Georgia reveals that's how she dealt with the Klingons in her universe, except for some of them will survive because their ships won't be outside their planet taking out the survivors. Like, that was such a gangster thing to say. I mean, like just so gangster.
Yeah,
all right.
She's the epitome of evil.
All right, guys, so this is when we talk to the Admiral. And this is really when I actually put my mouse over the cursor to see how much time is left in the episode. And I realize that they're literally going to leave us. Either they're going to thoroughly leave us hanging or they're going to rush this thing so fast it's not going to be good. Either way, at this point in the show, I am now disappointed already. And then further disappointed by Michael's condemnation of Starfleet and the plan and how quickly they just decide to change their plans based on the traitor, the person that got him into the war in the first place just seem like Michael might be the most powerful person in the universe.
I'm pretty sure she is. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, you're right, and this is the thing. It's the unrealistic portion of this is, it's like the people at Starfleet said, "Oh, yeah, I guess we hadn't thought about that. Yeah, thank you for correcting us, Michael." And, and it's just the reality is that it all worked out because the writers can write it however they want, but it's not super realistic, and it's kind of campy, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's all too convenient. This is what I believe happened. They had a plan, and I believe that they were going to blow up Kronos in the original plan, and they were going to continue the fallout and the war into season 2 and all that stuff, Game of Thrones style. Okay, we weren't going to go out of this season happy. It was going to be, further in the story, and realistic and gritty, and because of all the complaints, and people didn't like the Klingons, and the fact the show wasn't doing good, and then because of all the praise they got when we entered the Mirror Universe, I believe, 100% believe they course corrected and gave us this rush piece of garbage.
Yeah, I guess. And then they knew that they could put a little nod at the end of it. And now, I mean, I don't know, can't talk about it yet, but okay, I won't say anything yet, but I don't think they have any intention of doing what everybody hopes they're going to do.
Oh, no, yeah. It might just be a huge tease. We're going to talk about that a little bit in a minute. And we're also going to talk about tomorrow on tomorrow's show. Don't forget, come back tomorrow for our in-depth talk about Season 2 and some theories we have. But, moving on, she condemns the plan, condemns Starfleet, tells them this is not us, and we're going to mutiny or something crazy. And Starfleet's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Michael. My bad. You're right. We really wish that we would have gone to you for your infinite wisdom prior to making this plan. Whatever it is, she convinces them to change the mission. She goes down to the planet and she's like, Giorgio, you still got your freedom. Just give me the code. And at first, the Empress definitely sort of resists a little bit. She's like, no, this is the way you're going to win the war. And then she decides, what does she care? It has nothing to do with her. Right, you can see in her face, she's like, yeah, all right, you know what? Fine. Whatever. I don't care. Yeah. Do whatever you want. I'm leaving. And she gets her freedom or whatever. Michael does this thing where she also threatens her, like, if you do this, we're going to hunt you down. And she's like, you think I'm afraid of the Federation? You guys won't even be around in 5 minutes. Without her, there is no Federation. Without the Terran Emperor, Federation ceases to be. That's the ironic twist behind this whole thing.
That's true, and that's a true statement.
That's a true statement. Without the Terran, the Mirror Universe, the Terran Emperor, the evil incarnate, we don't. Starfleet and Federation just ceases to be because the Klingons would just run over them like a plague.
Yeah.
Well, that's when she says all is clear. She pulls out L'Rell and she's going to code the device to L'Rell's DNA or whatever. And okay, that's the plan. L'Rell's going to go and she's going to take control over the Klingon race and use the threat of the thermonuclear device inside the planet's core to keep them all on the straight and narrow, I guess.
I mean, it all could have been a really good plan, except for the fact that when you're in a leadership position and you're going to bet your entire race, you're going to bet the future of humankind on whether or not you can trust L'Rell. There's been no reason why you feel like there's been any building of trust between the two at any point, other than them knowing that L'Rell wants a unified Klingon, wants a unified, all the Klingons. There's no guarantee that she's not going to be like, okay, I'm in charge. Let's destroy the rest of the humans, and we're going to force you to be unified. There's no reason why you can trust her.
Yeah.
To allow them to make that decision.
No, you're totally right.
It's a lot of movie magic or movie hope or whatever you want to call it.
Writing magic.
They never got to her. If they had gotten to her somehow, if they had gotten to her and you could see a change in her character in some way, and you could be like, you could see how it just kind of clicks, and she's like, "Oh, Laurel gets it," or Laurel is. It never happened. She didn't ever acquiesce. She never even said, "Okay, it's a good plan." I mean, there was nothing. She just kind of stared at her and then walked away. You know, and so I just kind of, you're hoping that nothing bad happens, but
Bro, when she was getting her ass beat by the Terran Emperor by Giorgio, she was like laughing. She was reveling in the fact that humanity was doomed.
right.
Partly because of her. She's not a good person. Like,
Right.
you know?
There's no guarantee that she's going to protect or want him. I don't know. Whatever. People will argue it back and forth. I guess the bottom line is it wasn't believable to me. And anytime I have TV that's not believable, it makes me question everything, and then it bothers me and it worries me. So I didn't like it.
All right, so they code the device, and there's a conversation between Ash and Burnham where Ash says, I'm no use to the Federation. I'm going to go with the Klingons. By the way, as Burnham, I would have been like, yeah, that's 1,000% incorrect. Your knowledge, your basic knowledge of the Klingons and their language and everything makes you like the best possible diplomatic ambassador of all time.
Right. Or at least someone to get information from it so they can protect themselves.
Right, or at least, like if we're really calling peace with the Klingons, wouldn't it be a great idea to get the guy who was once Klingon, who loves the Federation, who apparently still has a human morality, to be the one that, I mean, that would have been a great out for the character too. Like, look, we couldn't make him Starfleet again, but we're gonna make him our diplomat to Klingon. I don't know.
Well, I guess he's going to go off on his own and do it. Something like that. Off on his own.
I know. So he takes off with the Rel. And the Rel goes before all the Klingons. Apparently, she gathers the Klingons up really fast. This person who just admitted that she was no one has the device in hand. I have no idea why they wouldn't just take it from her. But
I guess she could blow it up.
I guess. And she basically holds the entire Klingon race hostage with this device and forces them to withdraw from Earth.
I mean, the moment that like she turns around and someone stabs her right through the heart, through the back, then what? It just kind of, she needs more allies. Basically she did it at gunpoint.
Dude, didn't one of the planets, the Klingon planets, explode in one of the series, or half of it was exploded or something like that? It was like a major tragedy, and I don't know if it was TOS or TNG or what, but maybe it was Enterprise.
I can't remember.
I don't know either. If someone knows, let us know below. Sorry, I sneezed. Let us know below. I remember one of the Klingon main worlds like exploding or being broken in half, and it was blamed on like weapons discharge or something. If it was like ahead of this story, it would make a whole lot of sense if it was like that bomb that eventually went off. That'd be really cool.
Probably wasn't ahead of the story though. I have a feeling it happened probably in Enterprise.
Yeah. I'm not remembering it completely. So if you guys know below, let us know, please. Okay, now we're back on Earth. Michael, that hair is getting taller and taller, I swear to God. Like, her hair is just getting taller and taller. She's talking to Sarek. Yeah, talking to Sarek and her mother. Sarek gives her back the Starfleet comm badge, or not comm badge right now, but insignia badge, like the whatever, and says you've been reinstated as commander. You're amazing. You have your happy ending. Thanks for everything you did. I sucked because I also went with their plan and blah blah blah. She goes before I guess the Starfleet big bosses and a bunch of other commanders or whatever. And she does this big like speech that's supposed to get us excited, where she's talking about like Starfleet morality, and all of her crew are getting awards, the Purple Heart or whatever, Act of Heart, Badge of Valor or whatever it is. They say, oh, Saru is the first Kelpian to get this very specific award. And it's like Act of Valor or something like that.
It was Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor. Thank you. Sorry, dude.
You know what's really weird? This was the weirdest thing ever. When they're getting their awards, she was like commenting while it showed her while they're announcing, and then she's saying, "You really deserved it. You really did." And it wasn't one of those moments where you think it's exposition, where she's like talking to herself. You really can't tell whether she's talking to them or talking to herself. It was such a weird moment in movie making or in TV making that was completely confusing. I wasn't sure if she was talking to the characters and they could not hear her, or she was talking to herself. It was odd. Did you feel that way when you were watching it?
Bro, this whole scene, it just like the episode preceding it, it felt like sort of rushed. Like,
yeah, definitely rushed.
Like, hey guys, let's copy the Star Wars Land of A New Hope, but let's rush it. Let's make it like 10 times faster, you know?
Yeah, and instead, when you get your award, you know, and someone's talking to you and Leia's saying, yeah, you guys really deserve it. That was good that you got that. Yeah, it was just so weird. I don't know if you remember that at all. Anyways, go back and watch it, everybody, and tell me what you think.
Yeah.
It was such a weird... I was kind of watching it going, what am I supposed to be watching here?
It was odd. Sure. And when she finished her speech, everybody stands up and applauses. And I know this is supposed to be like a happy ending for us, and we're supposed to really like this ending. Like, this is what the crew that we're so close to worked for. But to be honest, I'm only close to 2 of those characters. The African American chick, the chick with the cyborg, the other, and really the entire bridge squad. I don't know who they are or care. I don't know anything about them, and I don't care about them. I care about Saru the most, Michael Burnham the second most, at best.
If this was a movie, this makes more sense. But it's not a movie. It's a TV show. It's a TV series. And I don't remember him pinning medals on other Star Trek series. You know, it just seemed really weird, man. Just seemed weird.
Yeah, I mean, they did save the universe or whatever. Oh, I guess Stamets was there too, with and he was holding like the medal for like his significant other that was dead. I don't know. So the thing is, I don't care about this crew yet. I've watched the entire season, and when they were getting medals and they were all smiling, I honestly didn't care. I know I'm supposed to. I feel gypped a little bit because I didn't.
Yeah,
at all. Fair. We didn't get enough information about any of these people to give a crap, except for maybe Saru and maybe Stamets. And the entire series was based on Michael, and I still barely, if anything, care about her.
It just reminds me of participation awards. You know, it made more sense if they gave maybe Saru an award, maybe they gave Michael an award, reinstated her. That probably would have made sense. You know, Tilly getting into the command program, that makes sense. But to do the entire crew this way and then have them go to each person and show them, it made not all those people, they may have gotten awards, but they didn't need to get awards on screen.
No.
You know, and it was weird. They should have stuck with the Michael thing. Like they gave, she became a commander, came back. I saw all that coming, so that was cool. Give Saru his award, give Tilly her. Those are storylines that needed to be followed, but all this other weird stuff was just pretty unnecessary.
Yeah, bro. Case in point. We've now done 13 Star Trek Discovery videos. I still do not know what the African American helmsman name is, what the chick with the cyborg name is, what the actual cyborg's name is, the one that's like really like looks like the chick from Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know any of their names. None of their names. 13 episodes. I don't even know their names. I couldn't look them up on IMDb if I wanted to because I wouldn't even know what to look for.
Right. So
13.
why are they giving them? Yeah, you're right.
All right.
100%.
All right, man. So moving on. The Discovery is proudly taking Sarek back to Vulcan. As as a favor or something. And
so
they
can find the new captain.
Right. Oh, yeah. Is that what the new captain is on Vulcan?
I guess, or at least they're in rendezvous to get their new captain.
Right. Oh, I can't wait to see what the new captain is. I honestly half expected it to be like a surviving Gabriel Lorca.
That would have been kind of weird.
You know? Yeah, so they get this distress call, and this guy actually, which I also don't know his name, he's typing in like, or no, he's not typing in, but he's getting like the transponder code, and it's like NCC 1, and I'm like, oh, I know what that. Right then, bro, I'm like, oh, it's the Enterprise. It's the Enterprise, or maybe it's the Defiant or something like that. It's something. It's gonna be an Easter egg, like right then. And it's like, Captain Pike, sir, the Enterprise, and I love this, man. This, look, as much as this show bothered me, this episode bothered me, the show as a whole bothered me. This moment and with the music behind it. You know, that classic TOS music, and seeing the Enterprise come up to Discovery. I am such a fanboy of Star Trek because I hated this episode. I mostly disliked the series as a whole. I didn't like the finale. Like there's nothing about this that was nice, but I still smiled. The hair on the back of my neck still stood up, and I still said, "Oh, that's amazing." I gushed like a schoolboy, you know, looking at his crush again, because like I love Star Trek, and I love the original series, and I love the Enterprise. This shot reminded me about how much I love that original cast so much. That I'm actually fearful that this was just a tease and none of this is going to happen in season 2.
Yeah. And sadly, I'm the biggest fan of TOS. Between the two of us, I think I'm a bigger TOS fan.
I like TNG a little more. Yeah.
Well, and let me just tell you, I was completely and utterly sickened and disappointed at this ending.
It
made me so angry that they did this because I was already pissed off.
It's like them taking your schoolgirl, your schoolyard crush, and parading her on stage.
Well, see, it was like it was a cheat. It was like they're using it as a tool to get me to watch more of the show. You know, I love the fact that Captain Pike, and I would love the idea, but now I'm reading stuff saying that basically there's no plans currently to, you know, have any of the actors for, you know, so they don't even have any plans to do anything with it. Basically, they brought the Enterprise up here to get you to go, come back and watch in season 2. No. You know, and it just bugged me to death, you know.
Still, bro, seeing that original Enterprise, you know, 1701, all lit up like that and beautiful graphics, the best, most current graphics of our time right now on screen. Come on, bro. That's a sexy image, bro.
It is. It is beautiful imagery. The graphics are on point as usual. It's just fool me once, shame on you, right? Fool me twice, shame on me. And I feel like I've been fooled by these guys. You know, we had a really rocky, crappy start to this show, and they turned it around mid-season with the Mirror Universe, and now they've gone right back into the dumpster. And so now I have to watch season 2 to see if anything comes of this amazing, you know, going back to see something that hasn't happened in you know 50 plus years. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. You're not going to see a Spock. I'll tell you right now, you're not going to see a Spock. You're not even going to probably see. You might see a Captain Pike, maybe. You're not going to see a Spock, and they're going to go off, and the story will continue in some other direction. I don't know.
Well,
am I supposed to like that?
No, you're probably right. And you know what? We're going to get into it more tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about season 2 possibilities, some theories we have, and we're going to compare the timelines between what time right now is Pike on that ship, who would be on that ship with him, where Kirk is, in comparison to where the Discovery is right now.
Yeah, because Spock should be on that ship. He served with Captain Pike.
And there was a look between Burnham and Sarek.
That's true. He should be there.
Okay, real quick, guys. I want to thank a couple people for this series. I want to thank Jason Michael Zimmerman, the visual effects supervisor of Star Trek Discovery, because he killed it. And I want to thank Doug Jones and Jason Isaacs. Everybody else, you did okay. Oh, I'm sorry. And Michelle Yeoh. Everybody else, you did okay. Writers, you made it a bad series. But I want to point out the people that did good. And maybe they get promoted and the writers get demoted at some point. None of the writers I have no love for. Just about everything you did was done wrong. Michelle Yeoh was amazing. Sonequa Martin Green was okay. Doug Jones was good. Jason Isaac was good. And the visual effects were outstanding. And that's it for the series for me. There's my quick TLDR review right there.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty reasonable way of looking at it. So yeah, we'll be here for next season because we aren't going to give up, but yet to be determined how we feel about it.
But I guess what? Tune in tomorrow around this time. We'll be releasing our Star Trek Discovery Season 2 theories, possibilities, and timeline. Get in there. We'll be talking about that, and you'll want to be part of that discussion. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow.